Welcome to Let's Talk Edo. Professor Chris, once again, the best college podcast, where we continue to explore the big questions about education, careers, and the future. But most importantly, the show that is empowering minds one episode at a time. I'm your host, Professor Chris, and the author of Getting the Most Out of Your College Experience. This guy right here. Last episode, I talked about some strategies, the best way to pick your college, right? Because once again, congratulations to all you high school seniors graduating and getting ready for college. So again, last episode was talking about how to pick the right college. If you haven't checked out that episode, please do so. Today, I want to talk about your first year experience and the challenges that you're going to face, and of course, suggestions on how to overcome them. So our topic today is going to be my top 5 challenges for first year college students. Believe it or not, yes, I have to go back to this guy right here to let you know that chapter 2 actually discusses in detail some of these challenges, all right? Chapter 2, getting the most out of your college experience. All right. So, why this topic? I'm going to do a quick overview before we get into the topic at first. One is, it's exciting. We're getting ready for college, but it is also a very, very big transition. In my case, my first year experience, amazing, but it was also 6,000 miles away from home, right? So that's a big transition. And of course, we're all excited about college because why? We're going to be far away from mom and dad. Mom and dad are not going to be able to tell us what to do. And it is freedom at last, right? So we're all excited about college. With that also comes its challenges, believe it or not. You're thinking, oh, mom and dad are not going to be here to tell me what to do. Be careful what you wish for, all right? And before you know it, boom, everything hits you like a ton of bricks, okay? But I'm gonna help you get through it. I have to share some statistics not to discourage you about college, but to kind of get your antennas up, okay? A lot of students will change their major during their first year, and it's okay. I always say change your major and stay in college versus dropping out. What gets me, however, is 24.4%, almost 25% of first-time, full-time college, first-year college students drop out, okay? All right, my challenge number 1 for you is going to be homesickness. Yes, you heard me when I said in my case, it was about 6,000 miles away from home. Yes, that is one of the biggest challenges you're all probably going to face. What is this? You're missing home, right? It's a whole different environment. So emotionally and psychologically, it can take a toll on you. And that's what we're talking about. Why is it going to be tough? Very simple. You are away from home sweet home for the very first time. You're trading all the good meals, right? You're thinking, oh, mom and dad telling you what to do, but you forget everything that they have to do for you. They safeguard you, right? Which you don't appreciate, but it's a good safeguard. Now you don't have all that, and you have to adapt to a new environment and new routines. So how do we overcome that? How do we overcome homesickness? You have to create new routines that you're going to feel comfortable in. And whatever you do, please stay connected. And by connected, I mean to mom and dad, brothers and sisters, whoever is around to provide some support. Because I don't want you making that pretend phone call. And that's what I mean by the pretend phone call. You are enjoying your freedom in college, so you didn't call mom and dad. Days go by, weeks go by, months go by, and now maybe you need something. Now you pick up the phone and your first statement is, Mom and Dad, how are you all doing? I was just calling to check in with you. And of course, if you have a dad that's a straight shooter, they're gonna straight out tell you what is it that you want. So stay connected so you don't make that pretend phone call only when you need something, right? And by all means, you staying connected helps. They want to know how college is going. They've also probably been to college, so they might have some advice for you, okay? And another way, of course, is to try to join some clubs, make new, right, and good friends will also help. And please, do not join the fraternity or sorority yet. Students always think I'm against fraternity and sororities. I'm not. But again, your first year experience, you're getting so much coming out to you. The last thing you want to be doing is committing to this high commitment organizations. That's all I'm saying, okay? Challenge number 2, time management. This is going to be a challenge for everyone, irrespective of where you are anyway. But most importantly, my advice to freshmen is to start now. Time management is a big, big, big thing because now it's a big shift also from high school. College means now, of course, you have freedom, but you have less structure, okay? There's a lot of things that are coming at you fast, and people are fishing. And by fishing, I mean the organizations, their friends, everything is coming at you, and everybody wants a part or a piece of you, okay? Why does it become tough? Because, once again, this is not high school where you have periods. You don't have to worry about your classes. You're taking this class, period 1, period 2. No, this time you get to pick your own classes, and it's all over the place, okay? So you need to know when your classes are. That's what, by the way, you prioritize. If you have to work, which I will get to, that's on your schedule. The time, maybe exercising, you have to plan this. And yes, I know. Even for some of my current students, it's so difficult to stay on schedule. Even with an outline schedule, it's so challenging, but you have to try to do that. So time management, number 2 on my challenge list, is a big thing. And you got to learn how to say no, okay? Learn how to say no right now. It's a very, very good thing to help you stay on your time schedule. And by all means, once again, we are prioritizing because academics is why you are at the college. Challenge number 3, academic pressure and adjusting to the coursework. The academic workload in college, once again, is much heavier and more challenging than you had in high school. And it becomes even tougher because of the expectation your professors have for you. In most big institutions, unless it's in an intro class where the professor is probably thinking, okay, these are all freshmen, so maybe I need to dial it back a little bit. That is not the case. Your professors expect, and sometimes they don't know who's a freshman, who's not, right? So the expectation is pretty high, and you have to stay on point. Once again, manage your time well. You should be able to kind of get through this academic pressure, but it could be a challenge, okay? Another reason it could be a challenge is the way high school classes are structured so far as assignments, team effort goes. Now, you probably have to be very, very careful, talk to your instructors about their rules and regulations on how to do homework, because most of my first year students fall short or become victims of plagiarism. Your team efforts in high school is not allowed this time in college, and you got to know that, okay? So, how do we overcome some of the academic pressures? You have to develop good studying habits. And you got to know where all your resources are on campus, your tutors, your instructor's office hours. You have to know all that, okay? And it's okay to learn to ask for help. You're going to need it. So please do it. And in short, prioritize once again, but academic pressure could be a challenge, and there's different ways of overcoming it. And hopefully some of these tips helps. Number 4, building a social circle and finding community. If it's a very, very huge campus, and some of you are probably introverts, like to stay by yourselves, you could be lost. It could be almost like a jungle. So you have to make that effort. It could be very tough because you are going to need help. You're going to need somebody to talk to. In my case, and probably the case for most international students, right? This is even more important. I was so fortunate to have one of the best international student coordinator advisor who was like a mom to me. And it was very, very, very helpful. Once again, for international students, remember, there are going to be breaks. There's going to be the Thanksgiving. There's going to be the Christmas. And if you don't have any support around, that could be challenging, all right? So having that, and that's why building a community, a trusted community, can be a challenge, but the way you overcome that is trusting a couple of people, okay? So yeah, you're going to join different clubs, could help, but in the process of finding a good community, you have to stay true to yourself so you don't fall victim of peer pressure, okay? So yes, challenge number 4 could be building a social circle or a trusted community, okay? All right, last but not the least is my challenge number 5, which is managing the finances and budgeting. Money, 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 okay? Once again, since you want to leave mom and dad, well, now they're not telling you how to spend your money. You're on your own. You got the freedom. And before you realize it, you're like, oh, now I see why mom and dad have been talking about, we're not going to spend money on this. I'm going to spend money on that. Okay? Why does it become tough? Because sometimes most of you probably also have scholarships, fellowships, bright futures, some financial support. You got to maintain an average grade of maybe a B to keep that finances coming in, or maybe you're on financial aid and it's a limited amount of money. Some of you, yes, maybe will be getting money from mom and dad, but you have to learn how to balance. You have to learn what to spend your money on, and of course, there's entertainment. And in college, if you're not very careful, the style, the living, depending on your friends, you're going to see things. Money can be spent very, very quickly. Okay? How to overcome that? Create a simple budget. Understand how much money is coming in and how much you're spending out. You got to prioritize. Once again, money is probably going to be your tuition, for books, food, right? Those probably should be your top 3 prioritization when it comes to spending money in college. Please avoid eating every day outside. Most institutions have an amazing meal plan, all right? So get one of those. They are not too expensive. Yes, I get it, the cafeteria food might not be the best. Hey, but 75% of the time, trust me, some of the food are pretty good and you will be okay. What are your other options when you don't have money? Maybe the ramen noodles, which is still a thing, right? But please, please, please try not to eat too much or spend too much money eating outside, because on the average, the last time I checked, and this was 2 years ago, $350 a month, per month, that students spend on eating outside, okay? So, hopefully this helps. Okay. So real quick, my top 5 challenges, once again, not in any order. Homesickness, right, is the big one. You need to know how to adjust. Time management, okay, another big one. Finances was my last one. Academic pressure, okay. And what was my last one? Oh, the social, building a social community, trusted social community. Okay, those are my top 5. I encourage you, okay, this again are my best advice to you so you can have an amazing first year experience. For more on this topic, once again, for more on this topic here, getting the most out of your college experience, chapter 2, you get it all there. I'm trying to wrap this up. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the evolving landscape of education and careers. Stay curious. I think this is good, right? So this is probably going to be the trend that I follow moving out now. We pick college, we're in college first year experience, challenges. I'm probably going to walk through the chapters of the book. Maybe I might jump a little bit here and there, but I think this is a good start, all right, as we're getting ready for college. So continue to put your comments in here. Once again, we're empowering minds 1 episode at a time. Don't drink beer, especially all you freshmen with all the freedom thinking, hey, now I can do everything that I want. Don't drink beer, okay? Don't drink. Stay away from beer. It costs money too, by the way, a lot of money. But my BA to you is balance, eat well, exercise, and rest. Congratulations and welcome to college. See you all next time. For any high school graduates, this is probably going to be the best gift they could ever get as they are preparing for college. It is also for the college freshmen and anyone planning on going, or especially those that are currently enrolled, sophomore, juniors, and seniors. This book is for every college student. This is the book that I wished I had before going to college. And it's also the book I hope I had while I was in college. Get a copy of Getting the Most Out of Your College Experience now. You can get it online at Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, iTunes, and Google Play. If you want a signed copy, you can go to my website at www.letustalked.com. Get your copy and let's continue to talk ed. Thank you.